Jimmy Page was a true visionary, pioneering innovative recording techniques that set the band apart throughout the 70s.
You know, recorded in 15 minutes flat, and that's fact, it's not a myth. Within 15 minutes of having the idea, bang, down.
Page instinctively fell into the riff. They recorded about 12 seconds of it and it broke down.
That's why it's still so popular, you know.
As the mastermind behind many of Led Zeppelin's greatest hits.
Led Zeppelin, we know all about rock and roll music.
While his contributions to music are vast, it's his extraordinary guitar skills that truly define his legacy.
It was just like watching four animals being unleashed from cages.
While some may argue that Page wasn't the fastest or most classically trained guitarist, his technical ability is undeniable.
Jimmy Page was always big on, you know, the 50s guitar hero.
Jimmy Page is one of the best guitar players I've ever known, and it's Jimmy Page. You know, you want to cut the story short, Jimmy, yeah, shy boy.
Jimmy Page set the stage on fire with his amazing talent. Led Zeppelin's Rock and Roll is one of those songs that instantly makes you want to move. The track is driven by Jimmy Page's unforgettable guitar riff, a riff that embodies the very essence of rock music. But where did this legendary riff come from? The story takes us back to the recording sessions for Led Zeppelin's fourth album at Headley Grange, a historic mansion in Hampshire, England. The band was taking a break from working on Four Sticks.
Working on the track Four Sticks, which was just not coming together. But then they thought, hey, we got something here, so Four Sticks was temporarily shelved and they went on and recorded Rock and Roll.
When drummer John Bonham spontaneously started playing a drum beat inspired by Little Richard's Keep a Knockin'.
John Bonham went off into this doodle, which was basically the drum part for Keep a Knockin' by Little Richard.
And of course it kicks off with this famed drum introduction that John Bonham plays, which is like the hi-hat and the snare drum kicks the whole thing into touch.
Sensing the moment, Jimmy Page quickly grabbed his guitar and began jamming, crafting a riff that had a Chuck Berry vibe and perfectly matched Bonham's rhythm. The magic was instant. Rock and Roll was one of the quickest songs Led Zeppelin ever recorded.
Page instinctively fell into the riff. They recorded about 12 seconds of it and it broke down.
This track, with Jimmy Page's exhilarating 12-bar blues riff.
Jimmy Page was always big on, you know, the 50s guitar heroes, you know, James Burton, Scotty Moore.
The band was known for their lengthy and intricate recording sessions. The band was so thrilled by what they were creating that they kept the tape rolling, and within 15 minutes.
You know, recorded in 15 minutes flat, and that's fact, it's not a myth. Within 15 minutes of having the idea, bang, down. You know, no 6 months in the studio then, you know, that's rock and roll.
Some of the best rock tracks ever have been recorded as quickly as that.
Once Page and Bonham had established the riff and rhythm, bassist John Paul Jones joined in, and the basic track was laid down almost spontaneously. Robert Plant later added lyrics that celebrated the spirit of early rock and roll, making the song a tribute to the genre that had inspired them.
Plant loved Little Richard, so did Bonham. It was a throwback to the 50s.
What's amazing is how this riff, which came together so spontaneously, has become one of the most recognizable in rock history. It's a perfect example of how sometimes the best music happens when you're not even trying too hard. It's just pure, unfiltered creativity.
This is what we were brought up on, because there was always a certain element of snobbishness, maybe emanating from traditional rock and roll fans who saw bands like The Who and Zeppelin as young usurpers, really. Didn't take them terribly seriously.
A high-energy throwback that rock critic Robert Christgau later hailed as simply the most dynamic hard rock song in music. Following the more acoustic direction of Led Zeppelin III, frontman Robert Plant told Creem magazine that the song came from Led Zeppelin's belief that rock and roll needed to be taken on again. It was a very animal thing.
Rock and roll is again, if you saw Zeppelin live when they were using it as the first song, the intro song, it was just like watching four animals being unleashed from cages.
A hellishly powerful thing, what we were doing.
And it was the perfect way to start a set.
Today, rock and roll remains a fan favorite and a testament to Jimmy Page's genius as a guitarist. Page's riff is a brilliant mix of blues and rock, drawing from the greats who pioneered the genre, but with a fresh, powerful twist. It's a perfect example of how Led Zeppelin could honor their musical influences while also pushing the boundaries of rock music.
Rock and roll was rather like Black Dog said, this is Led Zeppelin back powerful and heavy. Rock and roll was also saying, this is Led Zeppelin, traditional Led Zeppelin. We know all about rock and roll music.
Whether you're a die-hard Led Zeppelin fan or just someone who loves a great rock tune, it's impossible not to feel the energy every time you hear that riff. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Led Zeppelin's greatest guitar riffs. Be sure to let us know your favorites in the comments below.